Welcome back to another media review. Today we're looking at an example of the MAGPUL Industries Corporation 2017 catalog insert that was included with some of their products in 2017 during that time frame. Stepping back a little bit, MAGPUL was formed in 1999. I encourage you to research the history on MAGPUL. Very interesting. And they specialize in accessories and training. So MAGPUL is actually split into two components. What we have here, MAGPUL Industries, which covers their accessories and physical product line. And then there's also MAGPUL Core, which is responsible for action-based training as well as instructional videos. So again, MAGPUL Industries and MAGPUL Core, all under the MAGPUL umbrella. So let me set my notes down. What we have here again are two inserts that came with different examples of, I believe, stocks for the carbine receiver extension buffer tube setup, or the standalone stock and included tube set. So these are slightly different. You can see the tone of the cover is slightly different. I also have a third one which looks different than this one too. So we're going to actually take a look at this one because this one's a little bit more beat up than the other two. I'm pretty sure they are the same after taking a quick glance at just the last page that's exposed. So we're going to take a look at this one, and I'm going to reset the table, so we're going to pause and be right back. Okay, we're back. And I would try to lower this even further to get things into view, but then it'll be hard to see the details. So what this is actually a very large fold out. It originally started like this, and then accordions out this way, and then the pages kind of roadmap style out into a very large kind of advertising poster on both sides. So let's start with this side here. Top left, we can see our original front cover, and that little bit of corner image is actually part of this very large image that goes across the top of this side. So we can see here, PMAG 10-year anniversary, a decade of redefining magazine performance. Here we can see some folks at work with MAGPUL Gen 1 PMAGs circa 2007. So the things have changed since then. So speaking of magazines, right here on the top row, try not to get too much glare here, we start off with what are known as AK magazines, and then turn this way will be all the types. So we have, looks like a 30 Gen M3, the MOE versions in 30 and 20 and 10, and then we have the more specific, those were actually AKM. Next we have the AK-74 platform, and then we get into ARM4 magazines. Quickly below each of these items are also specification kind of tables for the applicable usage and other platforms they're compatible with. You can see there as well. So continuing again with the ARM4 mags, we have D60, PMAG 40s, 30s, 20s, 10s, and then it gets into other magazines, so other platforms like the Star AUG, HK platforms. So this is easier if we go this way. 118LR, kind of like the SR25s, LRSRs, 762 ACs, 5 versions for Magnum, Standard, and then they also even start getting into the smaller calibers, relatively. GL9 for Glocks, G17s, also a GL9 for 19s, and the 26s. So let's see if we can cycle back this way across. Again, this is from 2017, so all these MSRPs are probably subject to change, of course, with any catalog. But we'll quickly scroll back across the different specs there and continue with the next row, which will be stocks. So you can see here, try to keep both into view. MOE SLS, the SLK, the SL, MOE carbine, the CTR, STR, ACSL, ACS, UBR. This one's right on the edge there. Looks like a fixed carbine, an MOE, and kind of a MOE rifle stock. And then they have the PRS Gen 3 and the PRS 2. Let's look at the bottom area again. See different prices for each type. You see how they also specify between mil-spec and commercial buffer tubes as well. So that is a difference. Okay, continuing with sights. So again, this is from 2017. A lot of these products have actually been kind of upgraded, gone through evolutions, and new products are always offered by MAGPUL during each year. So always check back. Here's the MBUS, MAGPUL backup sights, the Pro version, and then we also have Pro LR, the offset versions for Pro, and then Pro Enhanced front sight posts. So if you want to really get into the separate components of the sight, you can actually change those out too. Continuing, we also got handguards and accessories. So again, from 2017, you got the MOE, SL, M-LOKs, already introduced. Let's see a note here to see M-LOK and KALASHNIKOV sections for more. We got rail light mount, XTM enhanced rail panels, MOE SL grip, the MIAD, right on the seam there. MOE grip, out of view. MOE Plus, MOE K, K2, K2 Plus. And then we get into, on the front end, the AFG angled foregrip, version 2 of that. And then the rail vertical grip, the RVG, an XTM hand stop kit. And then even more specific for other platforms, MOE 1911 grip panels, and then grip cores for some of these vertical original grips. So you can see how they actually fit into the cores themselves. And the bottom information of each. You got to get you an idea of what these actually are associated with. And at the bottom row, okay, a little bit of distortion here. We got some magazine enhancements. So you got a GL enhanced magazine well, it's a Glock. And then, on the bottom there, PMAG floor plates. That's for a variety of platforms, so you have to pick the right one to match. GLL plates, speed plates, Ranger plates, USGI-L plates, so for your metal mags. The MAGPUL, where it all started. MAG links, self-leveling followers, so those are actually replacement followers that drop in. And impact dust covers. Round limiters, that's where I was looking for the header there. Dummy rounds. And then we got the row below that. Looks like a hint on the website. Again, feel free to research current product offerings. This is from 2017, so quite a bit of time has passed. Stock accessories, enhanced receiver extension, AR-15 M4 buffers. Try to keep all that in view. Buffer springs, heat-treated castle nut, receiver end plate, MOE SL enhanced butt pad, replacement butt pads, so those go with specific platforms listed there below. PRS extended butt pads, those are specifically for the versions of the PRS stocks. And then you got the CTR MOE cheek risers. So those go with the MOE CTR stocks across the top. We also got some QD sling mount kits, type 1 and 2. And that's this side. So I'm going to carefully flip this over. And let's start at the bottom because that's where the image is. We can see here PMAG, a very stylized 10 years MAGPUL, and then contact info at the times. And I do believe they have changed locations during the year. So again, I stress, feel free to research current contact info and product offerings. Let's see if I can get a better fold on this. Here we have Gen 3 PMAG window, official magazine of the United States Marine Corps. You can see it's got that coyote, the window there, and distinctive kind of panels on the side molding. Gen 3 PMAG MCT, and then 2017. Another picture up here, see MAGPUL apparel at MAGPUL, and then their tab for apparel. And then let's take a look at these rows up here. Again, logo at the top there. We start off with KALASHNIKOV, so specifically for that platform or family of platforms. You got a Zhukov S stock, a Yugo version, an MOE AK, a Zhukov U handguard, Zhukov handguard, MOE AK handguard, an AKM handguard. Then we get into some grips, the SL, K2, the MOE AK, AK Plus, and then we get a bunch of cheek risers. So those go with the MOE and AK Zhukovs. You see that there. And then continuing across here, we have, looks like shotguns. SGA shotgun stock, MOE M-LOK, shotgun 4 ends, forward sling mount, SGA receiver sling mount, Hunter SGA cheek riser kits, then an OEM butt pad adapter. And the information below each of those. Oops. Next row is for bolt action. See all Hunter PMAGs in magazine sections. I'm making you flip around. Hunter 700L stock. Bolt action magazine well 700L Magnum. And this one is for the standard 700L. A Hunter 700 stock. Bolt action magazine well. Data below. Next up is RIMFIRE. have a bunch of stocks here. The X22 backpacker, optics mount, takedown stock for that version. Also have a Hunter X22 stock. So you can see the different profiles between those. Got a bunch of slings, MS1, the MS1 padded version, MS3 single QD Gen 2, and MS4 dual QD Gen 2, MS3 Gen 2, MS1, MS3, QD versions, and an MS1, MS4. So you can see those adapters right there and how they can be added on. Continuing, sling mounts. See different ways and different attachment points. So kind of weird how you have to line up the mag numbers to see which ones they are, but basically you got the ASAP, the QD version, MSA, again QD version for that, RSA and QD version. And continuing on this side of the table, QD sling swivel, a QDM, the quick disconnect mount, paraclip, the QD paraclip adapter, the PRS QD footman's loop. That one right there. So it basically goes from left to right. All right. And the last row, if I can get this into view here. Again, we have to fold it this way. Miscellaneous accessories, or MISC accessories, enhanced AR magazine release, a BAD lever, I think that's a battery assist device, trigger guards, so you can see these are curved, not your normal mil-spec straight trigger guards, SSG selector set, that goes with the SCAR. You can see those different platforms that those go with. Got a bunch of tools. If I can get that into view, we have the armorer's wrench, bev block, speed threader. The stats below there. I just noticed there is a whole bunch of disclaimer text under here with all the trademarks and of course specifications subject to change without notice. Next up, you have MAGPUL DAKA pouches. I believe the product line has expanded since then, so feel free to research current product offerings. So you got small, medium, large, extra large, and then you also have suppressor storage pouches, small, medium, large, depending on what application you need to put them in. And then again, that blurb on specifically looking at their apparel, so probably too much to include in this amount of space. So taking a quick look at the 2017 versions of the MAGPUL catalog insert. So feel free to research current product offerings from MAGPUL. This has been another media review. Feel free to check out other book review media reviews on the channel. We also do unboxing videos as well as show and tell videos on vintage milsurp tools and expanded topics. We also do a series called Curios for the Curious, videos on more artsy type objects. Feel free to check all those out. Feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.